Beat Making Basics.
What's going on YouTube? It's your man Evan J Music, owner of Beat Making Basics, and we're back again with a new video. If you are new to the channel, please make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you like the video in any way, if it does anything to help you, please leave a comment and hit the like button. So what we're going to be covering in this video is how you can improve your beats. Now, your beats in general, but specifically the 10-minute or less beats that we've been making. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let you hear the beat before I added the changes. All right, I'm going to let you hear some of the beat before I added the changes, and then I'm going to let you hear the beat after I added the changes. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get into that. I'm gonna let you hear just a little bit of it because I don't want to sit here. We're not gonna sit here for 20 minutes listening to the beat over and over again. So here, let's get into it. All right, so pretty dope beat as it is, but what you can do is you can listen to your beat over and over again and to see if there's any instruments that you can switch out or even any drum patterns that you can switch up to make the beat even better. A couple of things I noticed after I made this 10-minute beat is that the hi-hats were they're okay, but they were kind of rushed, you know what I mean? And they weren't I didn't like them. And so what I did is I switched them out. So instead of using these hi-hats, these are the hi-hats I made instead. Gave it a little bit of a different feel. So I'm gonna kind of bring it in. All right, cool. Also, I'll talk about something else I did is what you can do is you can do something called layering. Actually, in the first beat that I played, it just had the clap. It didn't have the snare. When I added the snare, you kind of already, spoiler alert, you've been listening to it with the snare under it. But let's listen to it without the snare, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So it sounds pretty dope, right? But when I layered this instrument and added a snare on top of that clap, I just felt like it brought it all together. Okay, you add that with a new hi-hat, and this is what you get. So those two things, layering, looking at your drum patterns and seeing if maybe there's something that's maybe lacking. Maybe you can switch it up, the pattern a little bit, or even switch out some of the sounds, switch them out. Not doing too much though. Last thing I did here that's different is right before each hook and right before each hook ended, I cut out a bar. So what I did is I cut out all the drums, a bar before the hook ends and a bar before the hook begins. So on all the drums, even on some of these Vox sounds, cut those out. You've already been hearing it beforehand, but I'll just kind of let you listen to it. I'll go ahead and unmute it so you can see how it sounds without it, and then you'll see what it sounds like again with it. So this is how it sounds with it. Not bad. It sounds just fine, but it gives a dramatic pause that I feel like is needed sometimes if you take those parts out before the verse comes in. Let's check it out. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I did. And again, the only other thing I did that I noticed I didn't do in the 10-minute video of the beats is it needed like some type of transition or sound. For that sound, I used this strobe riser, and then I also used this boomer downer. Okay, it can be found in Logic, and so I'll just kind of let you hear it. So right before it, basically I have this riser sound coming in right before each hook, and then right as the hook is going to transition into each verse, and then I have the boom downer going at the beginning of each hook. And so this is what you get. So pretty dope here. Another tip that I did do is I used the smack attack on the hi-hat, and what I did is I used this hi-hat sharpener. Okay, if you listen to it without it, the hi-hat sounds a little different. You might like it like that. I mean, it's fine like that. But when I put this hi-hat sharpener, it kind of boosts the signal a little bit, and it made it hit in the pockets a little bit better. Let's check it out. Also made it cut through the mix a little better. So those couple of things is what I've done to like improve on those 10-minute beats. I mean, a lot of times you can, go as is with those 10-minute beats, but sometimes you do need to go ahead and go in and just add a little bit touches here and there. So like I didn't really touch the mix too much, right? The mix was pretty good, and even the formatting, but I did tweak and just do a couple of things to make it better, right? Last thing I did was with this clap, I did go ahead and add some reverb on here. If you listen to the previous videos, the reverb wasn't there before. It was sounding like this. That's how the clap was sounding. It was dry, you know what I'm saying? So I put the reverb on it, and I felt like it really did it justice, because this is an R&B beat, and sometimes, if you listen to a lot of R&B beats, it has reverbs on the claps and the snares and stuff like that. So that is that. The only other thing I'm going to do on this beat is put my beat tag at the very beginning, and then I have a beat tag that says bring that beat in right there. I'm going to bring that right there. So those are the only other things I'm going to do to the beat. I don't think I could try to do more, but I really felt like the beat is pretty much solid now. It was just missing a few different elements. Like I said, that snare that really helped the beat out. I'm going to delete this hi-hat, the original hi-hat, and I'm just keep the main hi-hat that I had right here, the one I just created. If we were to zoom in here, push P for the piano roll, click over there, you can kind of see how this came in and created the different drum patterns. Some of this stuff is just pretty simple. Like for right here, to create this pattern, all you're going to do is just highlight like say 4 hi-hats, hold down Option and drag them over, and highlight those again, make them smaller, and then bring those over like that. That's all I did. But yeah, just want to do a couple of different things to make the beat sound even more banging, and those tips, hopefully they can help you with your beats. I will see you in the next lecture or the next video. Thank you so much for checking it out. Again, subscribe to the channel, and peace.